How can I use Facebook to target divorce clients? How can I find the right audience? All right. So, okay. So it's really easy. Um, I mean, there's demographic targeting. So for example, like, if your message is going to be targeting, making sure that men don't get screwed in divorce, then obviously you want to target men. But what I like doing instead is I like thinking about what are the questions and what are the scenarios that are going through people's heads right before a divorce. So they could be thinking, I don't want to get a divorce because I don't know how it's going to affect my kids, or I'm worried I want to stay together for the kids. Maybe they have that mentality. Maybe they could be worried about, my husband's the bread maker or my wife's the bread maker, and I don't know how I'm going to survive on my own. I want to get out, but I feel trapped. Maybe they're not sure if a divorce is right for them. Maybe that, so you got to figure out what all the questions are that they have, and then put out guides that answer the questions that they have. So we did one, my favorite thing I've ever done, and the lawyer got cold feet on this because it worked really, really well, but he got some heat for it also, just in the comments, which, by the way, stop paying attention to what people say in the comments on your Facebook ads. It's like Joe Rogan. I was listening to Joe Rogan. He was like, what Michael Jordan doesn't do? He doesn't go on and comment on YouTube and Facebook videos. So no one that's doing better than you in life is going to be sitting there making negative comments on your ads. So just ignore your ads, ignore your comments, just delete them and ban them and move on with your life. But what we did is we did one. It was 13 ways that children benefit from divorce. And it's a really controversial subject. But what it was designed to do, it was designed to find those people that were in that stay together for the kids mentality, right? Where they think that I want to get a divorce. I'm miserable, but I also don't want my kids to go through the divorce thing. So what we did is we broke that false belief. We created an ebook, and we found an article that was written by a psychologist, talking about how children benefit from divorce. And the benefits are that, children thrive in an environment where the adults aren't always fighting, and you get more quality time with each parent, and all that type of stuff. So they are legitimate benefits. I mean, if they're in a household where everybody's happy, they're going to be happier rather than a household where mom and dad both hate each other. So we did articles like that, and it worked really well. Another thing you can do, one thing we did actually that worked kind of well was, we created this guide. It was like the wedding. What was it? It was the wedding photographer's guide, or like five signs. Five ways wedding photographers know that a marriage is doomed, or something like that. I mean, like, we just put out content like that. Or we'll talk about, like, 5 ways to pay for a divorce if you can't afford one. Or we'll do one, a divorce checklist. Is it time to even start thinking about divorce? Different things like that. So what you do is you run Facebook ads for those types of things. You don't run Facebook ads saying, are you looking for a divorce? Call me for a free consultation. But instead what you do is you start running Facebook ads for those types of content, where it gets them to start thinking about divorce. And then you can follow up with different things like that. But usually that's the best way to do it, because I mean, it's just when you're running. And then what you can do is then you make sure that you're using the Facebook pixel. And when you're using the Facebook pixel, what that's going to do is that's going to keep track of everyone that opts in. So eventually you're going to have a list of 500 or 1,000 people that have opted in and downloaded your free guide, right? And then you can do something called a lookalike audience. And what a lookalike audience is, it basically says, okay, look at all of these people that opted into this free guide that were obviously interested in this subject. Now go out and find more people like them. And Facebook, it's like magic, but it works. Facebook will go out and find more people that are just like the types of people that opted in. And it works really, really well that way. But I always say that all the time. I always call it's the difference of going for singles and going for home runs. Most people, when they run a Facebook ad, they're trying to go for a home run. They're putting an ad out and they're saying, I'm a lawyer, here I am, hire me. Are you looking for a divorce? Call me today for a free consultation for your divorce. And that's not how people work. Instead, go for singles. What you want to do is basically you want to create a piece of content that basically just puts the idea in their mind that maybe staying together for the kids isn't the best thing, right? And then you create a custom rule on Facebook, and the next thing, and then you have a rule that says after they've watched this video after they've watched either a video or a download or whatever it is, after they've watched this one, now show them this one, and then that'll be maybe like 5 signs it's ready, time for a divorce, and then after that one, you show them another one, and maybe that one says, 5 ways to pay for a divorce, even if your spouse is the breadwinner, like different things like that. And you start basically putting it in their mind. And by using Facebook, you're reaching back out over and over and over and over again to the people that have already shown interest in the first thing. So if they show interest in the first thing, and then they show interest in the second thing, and then they show interest in the third thing, then you can start showing them ads, almost like remarketing ads at that point, almost like social proof, like, and you can do different things like when they do a download, you can send something like send them a text message or something that says, if you have any questions about the download, let me know. I'll be happy to answer. And then that usually turns into a free consultation. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I've got so many different strategies of how to get clients from Facebook. If you want to learn more about it, go to lawyermasterclass.com. I've got an hour-long training on there if you're really interested in that. And that providing value strategy, it's something that I've worked really hard for, and it works really, really, really well.